Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another Miniverse unboxing. Today we've got the Cafe series. Now, I originally thought this was a lot more of just like breakfast foods until I saw the other side of the box, which showed that about half of it is like boba and drinks. And I was like, you know what? That looks really cool. So, for anyone who needs a refresher, here's what these wind up looking like from our other series. This is our s'mores parfait that we had. It gets a little messy if you're doing it sometimes, but it comes with plenty of really fun packaging also. Now, these are a little bit cheaper than you would think they're going to be. These come in at only about $7.44 at Walmart, and they're very cool. They are an activity, they are resin, so these are probably not child safe. These are very much with an adult present kind of toy, but they're great for miniature collectors. So here is the UPC for anybody looking for them. But see, look at some of these drinks and parfaits. And they come with containers like this. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, I originally held off on this because I wasn't sure how well they were going to hold up, but they're very cool. Now, to open this, I'm going to use a cuticle pusher, which is what one of my followers recommended, that they'd seen other people use with great success. And you know what? That really was a lot easier. This is going to be my new tool. Screw using that for my cuticles. That was so much easier. Like, look at that. If you follow my channel, you know I usually have trouble with these stupid surprise balls. So, that came off so much easier. And where's the last one? Right there. And this one's only giving me more of an immediate issue because of where it was on there. Now, as you can see, you can't really tell what's in the ball, but these are like display things also. The other series came with tables that like fit into the top of this to make it like a display dome. I don't know if these will do that also, because like I don't see the tables, so I'm gonna guess not. But like, there we go. So we have our little tongs to arrange things. These are very helpful. This is just to make our little like dome cover, like that. Now let's look at some of these. It's got instructions in 3 different languages: Spanish, French, and English. We're going to read in English first. Make it, set it, and then after you're done, clean up. Think of your resin as glue. Resin's still sticky after 5 more minutes. Give it a little more time under the sun. So yes, the table is only included in the diner series. And then there's video recipes. So that's kind of interesting. So we're going to see which one we got. So this is Good Morning. Let's see which one that is then. So let's see. Okay, so good morning is this rainbow rings. So we got some Fruit Loops, essentially. That's fun. I was hoping for boba, but there is 3 more to go with that, so that's fine. So what we do is you find your instruction right there. So ours are the rainbow rings. So basically ours is 1 step. You pour in the milk and you add in the cereal. So let me show you guys. So we do get some cutlery, usually. So with this, all you would need is a spoon. So that's all you get is a spoon. And now let's see. Here is our bowl. Okay. Here's our bowl for our salad, no, for our cereal. And then here is our rainbow rings. And this is the actual packaging. Like, it is a cardboard box that has all of our cereal in it. Like, that is a great way to do the packaging. And then the only other thing that we're going to get now is going to be our milk. So here is our milk. Again, 4-side packaging. This is our little resin warning. You just take that off. And look at that. That is great packaging right there. And we just take our little like resin off from there. And we pour our resin into our bowl. So that's all that gets made into it right there. So we get those 3 things, and then we just pour our milk in and pour our cereal in. So it shouldn't be very hard to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take one of our little IKEA shelves that we've gotten, and we are going to zoom in while I do this because it is itty bitty. Okay. And we just go like this, and there is a little pull tab right here. Which is not always the easiest to work with. Okay. And we just cut the hole in there. Instead, we just try to get our milk in there first. Then from there, we just open our cereal box with our rainbow rings. And we actually take them out. If I could get that out with my big fat fingers. Wow, I really cannot get that to come out. All right. I may have to open the bottom. Okay. So we do that, and we close that box back up like that. And then what we do is we just kind of cut this edge off like we would with a normal cereal. And you don't have to use all of it. And you just kind of let it sink just a little bit. That's what I'm doing by kind of tapping it, is trying to get those rings to settle in the milk. And then we just kind of leave it like that. And as you can see, they are still going to move around. You have 5 minutes of working time with this resin. I'll probably add just a little bit more on top now that they've settled a little bit. And you can choose to put your spoon in the bowl if you wanted to do that to make it permanent. But if you do put it in the bowl, it is going to be a permanent feature. So I'm going to take that and put it back on our shelf for a bit. We're going to close our resin back up because I don't think we used all of it. But that's what our milk looks like after it's used. We're going to take our little bag of unused cereal and put it back in its box, because this is still a great miniature thing to use. And there it is back on the shelf, ready and waiting with its little spoon. And these tongs come with all of them, so it's not bad. So that was our good morning with our rainbow rings. And of course, these are made by an MGA, so you do get that project registration. And now we're going to do our next one. Okay. I think I'm actually between layers. It's not bad. And like I would do on other surprise dolls, if I get a duplicate, I'm not going to redo them as far as reviewing it again. I am just going to keep them in their bag and just kind of go from there. Let's see. Here's our other one. God, this is so much faster. I wish I'd thought of this myself and not had been told. So, let's see. So, we've got a keep cool. So that is going to be our, I want to say the lemonade? Let's see. Let's see what keep cool is. So Boba Boba. Oh, no, keep cool, the yellow one, is actually this berry refresher. So that's berry cool. Okay, so let's see. So berry refresher. Let's see. So berry refresher is right here, the instructions. So we want to fill up to about halfway of our things. We want to take our berries and our ice cubes and use our little pick. And then we want to put our straw in there and seal with our top. So we are going to get that going here in a bit. Again, here are our tongs, and that little piece that flew away is our little grabber. for our lid, little topper for our display lid. And let's see, I think it's just going to be a spoon in here. I mean, not a spoon, a straw. Okay. The straw actually comes in its own packaging. Like, that's kind of cool. And then let's see what we've got. This is going to be our fruit, most likely. So the nice thing about these fruits is they come in actual fruit containers from Happy Sun Farms. And look at that, there's raspberries. Like, that's so cool. And we've got another thing. This is our cup with the lid that has the hole for the straw. So that's great. And then we've got right here, we've got our bag of ice cubes, in case you can't tell what that is. And then this should just be our raspberry juice or whatever it's called. Yes, right there. A very cute little like raspberry juice container. Looks a little bit like a Tropicana container. But again, this is our resin. So pretty cool. So really the only things that we're going to wind up with extra is going to be the juice container and the fruit, most likely. I don't know how much of the ice we're going to wind up having. Just a little bit of. So let's start with our resin. And again, these are sealed inside. These tabs are supposed to pull up, but I've not had luck with any of the ones that I've had. So I'm just gonna stab them. And there's just a little bit of extra. So what we want to do is fill up a majority of the way. So that's about where I think it would be, or where it would need to be. That looks about right for the instructions. And then we take this and we seal it back up. And we're gonna put our fruit in there first. Fruit and ice. Let's see, I can't remember how these open. Yeah. And these are very cool little like individually molded raspberries. Okay, and we're gonna take our little ice cubes that have an actual little red tag holding them closed. And these are actually sealed instead of just being tied. So what we want to do is we want to do the same thing we did with the cereal, is just try to get that to settle in, because we're going to see it through the outside, because what we want to do is just kind of layer it. Because if anyone knows, your ice is at the top, your raspberries are kind of all over just wherever they wind up. But if we were to pour the resin second, it wouldn't flow correctly. So I'm going to throw a couple more raspberries on top of the ice just to get them to that point. Now you can use whatever tweezers you want to use. These are just the ones that are provided. So I think that's about it for the raspberries. Yeah. Okay. And then I think maybe just a little more ice on top. And then what we want to do is we want to open our straw and we want to twist into our resin just a little bit. Just like that. And then we want to just pop this on. Just like this. And now we've got our very cool little raspberry refresher. We can rearrange things a little bit. I think what we want to do is just kind of set it up. Just like that. We can throw a couple more raspberries on top, or ice cubes. Actually, I think I'm going to do the ice cubes on top, because there's always more ice in your drinks than you think, right? Okay. And just like that, we have got a little raspberry refresher ready to go. And we've got some raspberries left to add to our kitchen. And still have a couple of ice cubes left to do with what we want. And that little bread tag actually does close it up, if you can get it tight enough. If I could find where that flew off, I would use it. But for now, it's just going to be wrapped up, I guess. And then, of course, we've got our leftover raspberry juice container. And now, it is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes in the sun for these to dry. But it's very cool. It's a fun little activity for them to have. But again, these are, resin is toxic. So do not eat this. If you're doing this with kids, be very careful that it doesn't get on their fingers and things like that. But it's a very cool activity if you're a miniature collector like I am. Because it saves you the time having to make your own molds for everything. Okay. This is our next one. We're going to see what it is. Okay. Let's see, where's our little placard that tells us who we got this time? Are you smaller? Is that why I can't find you? I mean, you can kind of already figure it out. So this has got another little, okay, so this is the orange Keep Cool, or like the red, or peachish. I don't know what color this technically is. I guess it's peach. So let's see. So peach, so I guess that's gonna be this one, our lime refresher. So that's kind of fun. Okay. So it's gonna be the same process that we just did. There we go, and then here are our instructions right there for our lime refresher. Again, 10 to 15 minutes in the sun to dry off. Now I'm just setting these off to the side for now because I can. Okay, here's our straw. Gotta get all the extra things out of the way. Okay, there's our straw. This is going to be our resin. This is our Keep Cool bag. Again, here's our limeade. I'm going to take this little warning off. Is the good stuff. We've got our little cup right here, same cup we just had. And this is going to be limes instead of, oh, this is still ice. Sorry, my bad. It's our bag of ice cubes. And whatever leftovers we have, we can consolidate those ice cubes down into one container. It's generally what I do. And this should just be limes. Yes, already cut limes. Not very many in there, unfortunately, compared to the raspberries. They generally do that with our bigger fruit, but that's okay. And then again, we've got tongs and a lid for our little display. And this time I didn't let it fly away. Okay. So we do the same process. We just fill up our limeade to the right point. Not going to bother trying to peel it. We're just going to stab it. Okay. And then we're going to and that's to about the same level that I'd want it. Just try to get that into the right spot. You don't really want to seal these shut with the resin, is the goal. But it's okay if it does. Okay. We are going to utilize our ice cubes. One ice cube already tried to run away. Okay. And again, we're going to try to sink these down. We can use our tongs, which might actually be easier with the ice cubes. As you can see, but then they get just a little sticky. So you kind of got to be careful where you put things back down after that. Okay. And we're going to try to use the stickiness to our advantage. Put about half of them in there. And what we want to do is take our straw and we want to push some of these around just a little bit. So you can see. And then what we want to do is again top it off with our ice. Okay. Okay, just like that. And we just want to tap it just a little bit to make sure everything is settled in that resin. We're going to keep just a few of our limes because they have a more distinctive shape. And then we're going to just pop our lid back on just like that. And as you can see, we've got limes in there looking very good. I actually think I want to move this lime down just a little bit though. There we go. And again, you have 5 minutes of working time with this resin at the very least. There we go, that looks a little bit better. And so we have a few limes left over. We've got some more of our ice cubes left over, which we're going to take our other ice cubes that we had left over because we lost that red tab for them. And we're going to put them all into one bag because they're all the same ice cube mold. And we're going to try to use this. I don't know if it will use it or not correctly. No. It does not want to go in there. It does not help that I have giant hands. There we go. So we've got our little bag of ice cubes right there left over. And we're going to put our refresher up there with our limeade and stack our little fruits together and put our milk. And see, like those look really cute. Even if you mess them up a little bit, you can't really mess them up. Like that's the nice thing, is that there's not a ton of ways you can really screw these up, and it's kind of designed that way to be kind of like unscrew-upable, I guess is the best way to put it. You know, there are some that are like the pies and the tarts and things that are a little bit more detail oriented, but most of these are pretty hard to screw up, really. Like the drinks, especially. You know, as long as you put the resin in and you put all the ingredients that actually come inside the cup, you know, you're gonna look pretty close to what a drink looks like, even if it's not perfect. So let's see what we got in our last one. I'm hoping we get some boba, because I love boba, and it's so not a little piece that generally makes it into doll world. We got one, I think, with the Disney I Love You Forever dolls, if I remember correctly. But not all of them came with something that was actually kind of fun. Okay. Gosh, I really do love this cuticle pusher actually works. That's awesome. I was a little hesitant to get this out. Okay, well, let's see what our last one is. Well, same keep cool, unless that was the same one that I just had. That may be the same one oh yeah, that was the same one I just had. This has got a little display, so this is going to be something different. If I could find it. Okay. Go. We've got something. Don't know where it went. Let's see. No. No. Oh. So we've got our little tongs again. Right here. I don't know where the little card is. It came with this instead of the card. Let's see. We can figure it out. Okay, so this has got donuts, I guess. Let's see. Okay. So it's one of these, I guess. So it is either the chocolate donuts or the pink donuts, and they both come in the same box. So that's kind of interesting. But it doesn't come with one of those cards, so that's why we didn't see it. Okay, so this is the pink donuts. Ooh, I'm realizing you can't see where I put those. But look at that, it's got a little donut box. Like, that's super cute. And then here are our little sprinkles, our little rainbow sprinkles. Like, that's awesome. And this just comes with like a little like display thing, and that's what we put on there. Like, I mean, that's really cute. So let's see, the donuts. So our donuts that we have are going to be right here. So our pink donuts. So we put our glaze on our pink donuts, and then we put our sprinkles on top. Like, very easy. So let's see. So, we've got our little donuts. This one's got a little bit of green on the top. And this one's okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do, instead of putting them on that paper, just to keep it nice, I'm actually going to set them on this while we work on them, just to make sure we don't accidentally screw it up. Okay. And what we want to do is we just want a little bit of pink along the ring. And then the same thing over here. And what we'll do is try to spread that out along the edge, so that way we can have more of that frosted look that I was hoping to get. Okay. And what we want to do again is just try to spread that out along there. Just like that. And then we're going to take our sprinkles and try to do just a little bit of that. Just like that. And we'll just try to put them on there. It is going to be a little bit wet in the middle, unfortunately. Not the best way to do that, because this resin really doesn't come out super pink, unfortunately. Like, it does, but you have to have it on there thick, and it's hard to get that on the ring. I wish that one came with one of the like pouring spouts that some of the ones from the Diner series came with, because that would have been awesome. And what we're going to do is try to save these little sprinkles too, is we're going to try to put them back into our little container. Okay. We got a couple of them in there. That's pretty good, I think. So, no boba, but that's okay. We got a couple of things. On these, on the donuts, I would kind of just leave them as plain donuts, I think, in the future. Just because it wound up getting really sticky on this one. So, I will actually be washing my hands very quickly after this. But that's what our donuts look like. They're cute. And there's the rest of our stuff. Very cute. Our resin has hardened just a little bit, even just sitting there. But these are going to get put outside so they can harden a little bit more. So if you guys have any questions on these, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. Alright, y'all. Be good. Bye.